Hey guys, I want to make a quick little video, something fun. This is a garage sale find, or actually it was a church sale. By my house we have a non-denominational church. Uh, actually, a funny little side story here, totally not related to the video, but when we moved here, my family, the realtor, this woman, she actually, when she was telling us about the area, she showed us the church, and she said this is a non-congregational church. And obviously she slipped up. Non-congregational means there's no congregation, meaning no people. So it's kind of funny, and she didn't think anything of it, but of course we were laughing about it later in the day. So basically she said, oh, here's a church that no one goes to. But what she meant to say was non-denominational, meaning it's not very specific to one type of religious person. But anyway, I totally sidetracked there, but I thought that was a funny story. But anyway, this church has a sale every year, and it's a garage sale style sale. Basically, anyone who wants to participate, you set up a table for free, and you bring all your stuff you normally sell at a garage sale. The only difference is that everything's donated to the church, so all the money that's spent on these different items and products and stuff go towards the church for repairs and things of that nature. But anyway, there was an older gentleman, I would say in his maybe early 70s or so, and he had a bunch of fishing stuff, mostly vintage lures. But he had this knife there on his little table, and of course, being the knife nut I am, it caught my eye right away. Pretty unique design. He was only asking a couple bucks for it, so I figured, hey, why not? It's going to a good cause, and I purchased it. He doesn't know anything about the knife really. He's had it ever since he said he was a young boy, but he doesn't know the history beyond that. But being that this guy was at least, I would say at least in his 60s, if not 70s, I guess that this knife is about 50 years old or so, if not older. It is not a name brand knife at all. It has no real physical value. I mean, besides its personal history. In other words, this knife's not worth a lot of money because it's old. Generally, collectors go for specific brands, specific models, not just designs. However, I think it's really cool that this gentleman had used this pretty much his whole life. You can see there's a lot of use on it. It is rusted. Assuming at some point it was just stored. Maybe it's just in his fishing box, but because of the condensation and moisture, it's just got a little rust on it. I may do a video in the near future, me cleaning this knife up, because I get a lot of requests on showing how to, kind of revive or put some life back into some old vintage knives. So that'd be a cool video. But anyway, let me just show you this knife real quick. It's got three main tools. First thing here is a oversized hook, which is very versatile for fishing. Probably 101 uses for it. The one thing I thought of right away was a lot of times if you go fishing and catching a bunch of fish, a lot of times there's if you guys have ever seen this, it's basically like a long chain, okay, and on the chain there's these smaller hooks or attachment points, and as you catch fish you just kind of hook them up to the chain. So at the end of the day you just pick up the top of the chain and you have all your your catch for the day. And this would be great to loop on the top there and kind of hold it in a reverse position. So basically you're just holding this as you're walking, basically just holding all your fish. You can also use this if you wanted to, similar to the parcel carrier tool on the Victorinox knives, where it's basically just a smaller hook, and that's for kind of grabbing the twine on bundle newspapers, things of that nature. I can actually find a couple of uses for this if I brought this to work. So that'd be pretty cool. Again, being that I work with the mail, a lot of times I'm putting out flyers and newspapers, and they're bundled in probably anywhere from 30 to 70 papers in a bundle, and they have plastic straps or twine, but twine's pretty rare. Most of the time it's plastic straps. But this would be great just to kind of hook in that and then use this as a handle to actually lift that, okay, as opposed to grabbing it, with both hands. So I could actually get used to this at work. So anyway, that's the first tool, is this oversized long hook. Okay. The second tool is the main blade, the only blade. Okay, now this blade actually has a slight, I can get this on camera, has a slight curve to it. Not meant to be that way. It's more towards the tip. I can tell someone at some point used this to pry something, which is a no-no. Don't pry with your blades. It's not very sharp at all. Actually pretty dull. I'll have to sharpen this if I clean this knife up. But that's your main blade. Kind of thin profile here. Kind of flexible, not too much. I would say you can definitely get away with using this as a fillet blade, but not with all that much luck. But it is, a thin profile, as you can see, clip point. And I'm surprised that because this was used for prying at some point, that the tip has not broken off. So that tells me this is, somewhat of a flexible steel here. And then the last tool in here is a multifunctional tool. It has a scaler on the side here, a little bottle opener towards the tang here, and then on the tip you have a little fork or prongs, two double prongs, which actually would aid very well in removing hooks from the inside of the fish's mouth. Sometimes you get those stubborn hooks in there, and you can use this tool to kind of help pry those out without, damaging the fish too bad. So those are the three tools. They're slip joint. They're non-locking at all. They just kind of stay in place with the back spring here. Okay, just like your Victorinox knives. But again, very unique handle here. The handle being shaped the way it is, especially with the hook here, it gives you more grip. Your hand's not going to slide down because of that hook. Gives you a unique look here. Of course, the hook itself, when it's closed, it does protrude quite a bit. So if you're using, say, just the blade here, it actually gives you almost like a thicker handle. Okay, because you have no choice but to hold that. It's not going to go in anymore. So that's kind of cool if you're using just the blade here. And it has a big old lanyard loop on the bottom, which is very common on fishing knives and things of that nature, especially older ones. The Boy Scout knives from Case Cutlery, as well as some of the Victorinox models, have this same kind of setup here. Again, you can put a big old lanyard on here, or use other tools to attach it. So that's pretty cool. I just kind of fold it out of the way. And the whole thing is just riveted together. It's not adjustable. You can't take it apart. It's just rivets. And like I said, everything is kind of rusted right now. The handle material is a red composite material, very similar to Victorinox. Probably the same stuff, but just an interesting knife. The reason I'm really making this video is to kind of tell you guys, go out there. It's, at least in the U.S. right now, it's summertime, and it's tons of garage sales and all kinds of stuff. Look around, flea markets. You can really find some really interesting stuff. And like I said, although this is not physically valuable, it's not like I can sell this for a bunch of money. It's got some cool history behind it, and it's a unique knife, and that's what makes collecting fun. Like I said, I may clean this up. That'd make a cool video. Get all the rust off of it, clean it up, sharpen it up, and I may even be able to use this at work, or in my own fishing adventures. So I'm just, like I said, I just want to persuade you guys to go out there, get some fresh air. Like I said, go to garage sales, see if you can find some goodies. I love garage sailing, yard sales. They're a lot of fun. One man's junk is another man's treasure. It's kind of a cliche saying, but it's so true. You can find a lot of interesting items at these garage sales. So anyway, just want to make a fun little video for you, showing you my new find. Appreciate you watching, as always. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.